Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make an everyday neutral wreath and these are the supplies I'm using. Okay, so what I'm working with is a 14-inch grapevine. You can find these anywhere, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, even Walmart. In my opinion, they are very versatile and user-friendly. I will be using some greenery scrap pieces I have from leftover projects, and I'm determined to use all of them. I also have my KNIPEX cutters to trim the stems. This tool is my favorite to get through thick, tough stems, and this tool is also made in Germany. And I don't want to forget my finger guards. I purchased those from the Dollar Tree. I will also be using zip ties, pipe cleaners, or chenille stems, scissors, a weaving needle, and my hot melt glue pan. The hot melt glue pan I purchased from a flower shop that was going out of business. I decided to start with the flatter of the greenery to build a base, and whatever I do on one side, I try to do on the other side. I know I want to leave a space at the top for a bow because I don't think I have enough to go all the way around the grapevine. I do have a lot going on here because these are all leftovers. I have 5 different kinds of greenery that I'm working with here. It's definitely going to have some dimension and interest. When placing your greenery in the grapevine, you want to go in at a slant. Feel free to bend the greenery up or turn them any way you want them to be. And you don't want the stem to go through the back. This is why you go in at a slant. I try to keep the stems shorter. If they are too long, they will fall forward, and then you will need floral wire to tame the wreath. This is a great all-season wreath. You could just change out the bow to suit the season or the holiday. You could even add embellishments or attachments to suit the season or holiday as well. Or you could absolutely just leave this up all year round. I would like to encourage you to get a grapevine and just pick up some greenery that interests you. You don't have to have different kinds of greenery. You could also go with all one greenery. If you do that, I would absolutely go with one with a lot of dimension and not so flat. And if you would like, I can do another wreath using just one kind of greenery. You folks just let me know. Once you get your stem trimmed to the exact length that you want, you just dip it in the hot glue and go in at a slant. I do recommend wearing the finger guards though. I was determined to use up every piece of scrap that I had, and I made it happen. So here I'm just going to keep going. I'm trimming and I'm dipping a little bit of glue at the end, and I'm going in at a slant until I run out of my scrap pieces. I thought this turned out absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait for you to see the end result. Don't feel like you have to be committed when you're putting a piece of greenery into the grapevine. You can always take it right back out. It doesn't glue right away, but say you place something in there, you don't like the look of it, take it out. Put it somewhere else. So you see here, these eucalyptus, they were a little long, so I actually cut those in half. I'm going in with the last little bit of greenery that I have, and then next we're going to work on the bow. Friends, if you have any questions at all on today's video, today is July 6, 2024, let me know in the comments and I will answer them for you. Also, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe so you're notified of any videos in the future. I would love to have you be a part of this community. This is a 14-inch grapevine, but once everything was said and done, it ended up being more like a 20-inch grapevine. I do wreaths with deco mesh and burlap as well. However, I just love a simple grapevine with some florals or just greenery and just keeping it simple. I cannot tell you the names of the greenery that's in this wreath. This last bit I know is seeded eucalyptus. I also have some ficus in there. All of these greeneries were picked up at Hobby Lobby. And I would suggest, if you wanted to make a grapevine, go get a small one, pick up a bundle of greenery that you like. Just pick out something that catches your eye and just cut it down and glue it in. The best advice I have for anyone who wants to make their own wreaths or crafts is practice. You just have to start and you just have to practice. Also, as you're making your wreath, you can always flip it over to make sure that the stems aren't coming out the back of the grapevine. Next, I'm going to work on my bow. You need a weaving needle, a zip tie, and a pipe cleaner. I ended up going with different ribbon because the off-white with the gold was a little too short to make a bow with and a little bit wrinkled. So I ended up just putting it off to the side. I'll use it for something, but I wanted to go with this neutral. It's kind of like a navy blue and off-white striped ribbon. This is a 2.5 ribbon I picked up from Hobby Lobby and it was on clearance. So I'm making 5-inch loops. So all I'm going to do to make this bow is I'm going to gather, pinch, and twist. So you want to make a loop, gather it, pinch it off, twist it around, make another loop, and just keep going until you run out of ribbon or until you have as many loops as you want. I ended up with 5. Bow making also takes a lot of practice. I would go to the Dollar Tree and just pick up some random ribbons and just start practicing. All you're doing is making a loop, twisting it in the back, making another loop, and twist it in the back until you have as many loops as you want. I ended up with 5 here, so now I'm going to go in with my zip tie and I'm going to wrap it around the middle part of the bow where I have my thumb and my finger holding the bow. And I'm just going to start the zip tie. I'm not going to crank it all the way down. I just want to get it started. Once I do that, I'm going to take it to the back of the bow and then I'm going to add a pipe cleaner before I crank the zip tie all the way down. So here I'm adding the pipe cleaner. Now I'm going to crank the zip tie all the way down. I like to use zip ties because I feel like it secures the bow and it makes the loops like pop up. So here I'm trimming off the zip tie. Now I'm going to use my weaving needle and I'm going to wrap it in. I'm going to take the pipe cleaner and put it through the eye of the needle, and I'm going to use that needle to navigate the pipe cleaner down through the grapevine. Instead of going around it, I want to go through it. And I do this with both pipe cleaners on each side. Once I get it in there, I'm going to twist it off in the back, and then I'm going to trim the pipe cleaner and tuck it back into the grapevine. Now I'm going to break my bow or fluff my bow. I just want to get the loops exactly the way I want them. I'm also going to trim up my tails. I'm going to do dovetails on each one. You can manipulate the ribbon any way you want. You could have one tail shooting up, one going down. You can bend them, make it look like it's, moving. There's a lot you can do with ribbon, especially with wired ribbon. That's another thing I recommend. If you're going to start making bows, you have to start with wired ribbon. So here I'm just messing with the bow. I just want to make sure it's exactly the way I want it. I'm the boss of it. It's not the boss of me. Okay friends, this is my completed project. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.